Bortle here at the last UDS ever, in the United States at least. With we have here Tessin at VS. Introduce yourself and what you use, man.
My name is Flores, and I used Paleo Frog.
Helios. Nice. Show us the goo, man. Let's see
All
what
right,
you used.
I used 3 swap, and I used 3 dupe.
Ooh, maxing out.
Yeah, and 2 Ronin Totem. I abused the hell out of them game 1, and that's what got me the game against the Orcus player, but I still lost. I used 1 Kaiju, just get rid of a Dingusu or anything that he had. Blue Boy, because I play the 1 Secrets and 1 Knowledge. And that's why I couldn't do anything in the last game in the last game against the Orcus scrap player, because I drew the Knowledge, and I drew a dupe. So I was going to go to a card I have actually called Clariruska and just try to draw 2 in main phase 2, but there's no main phase 2 in the beginning of the duel. So
yeah, and I really like that it's level 2, you know?
Yeah, level 2.
And I really do like Gam Seal. That's a really good tech against Sleeper, you know?
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then I did 1 barrier statue because.
Oh man, how many games did you steal with this, dude?
I stole in the tournament. I stole against the spiral player. It took 1, and then it took the first game, and then it took the third game. It was he got over it, but I just brought it back with the Toad, and I Book-a-Mooned Canadian his tough, so I just had a place to keep going. And yeah, they're nice. I did the double lash. I know people were telling me to do Droll, but I didn't. The Droll is really good against the specific decks, but this is against Orcus doesn't search as much, so I can just when they pitch the return I'll do it on the return, or when they send with a Foolish or something, I'll do the Ash. Then here's the spells: is 1 Spellbook of Secrets, the Knowledge, and the Upstart, and the Demise.
Ooh, nice. Do you see this quite often with the being at 1?
I don't see it. I see it I saw it in late game, and in the late game, I didn't special summon. I needed more fire. I needed more firepower with traps, so that's what I would do, and I'd wait with my Toad. So it came up when I needed to.
I assume your deck's 39 cards with the Upstart, right?
It's 42.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go 42. It's because decks like Spyro and Orcus, if they shoot off, I just gotta clear their best monster and hope to God it works out. So for traps, I did triple Leonidas, the standard triple. I did a triple Canadia. I think that's the best because it's Book-a-Moon, and I just stop all the link play. So against a Spiral player, Book-a-Moon is tough, like I said, and I Book-a-Moon is a quick fix, and it just kept helped me to keep stalling to draw better.
Yeah, Book-a-Moon is really amazing in this format, and plus it's a monster too. Right?
Yeah, it's a monster one. Yeah. And I did just 2 Dynamiscus because I don't always like to discard because I need to get as much out of almost every card.
Yeah.
So this came in clutch too. I banished the Double Helix, I banished a Master Plan, and I banished a I believe it was Longusu or a Longusu to just try to keep myself to play.
Is this for your Paleo trap line?
That's for my Paleo lineup. Then I did triple Trap Trick. It's good. It's good if you draw it right off the bat, but in late game, if you draw, it's just you've already used up so much of your resources. So in game 2s and 3s, I'd always just go up to 2. So that helped me out a lot. But my favorite Compulse, I can clear Boral Sword. Had a Appaloosas. I just have to keep bouncing stuff just to keep playing.
Yeah.
And it's just an all-around good card. And what really helped me today was I activated each one twice, so I got 4 uses out of it. So that won me the game 1 against the Orcus player.
As you said, in the grind game, you need every card, and this came up.
That came up clutch. I have I got the Dingusu. I got it. He tried to send he tried to send a compulse that I had face down, and I just would not allow. I needed it, so I lost wind him, and then in the same turn, he had I believe it was a jet synchron or something. And he just went for a Galatea right off the bat, and this set back, so it gave me another chance to try to make a play.
Very nice.
And this is why I run 42, because it's evenly matched.
Ooh. Very, very nice. So this deck, I'm pretty sure it's meant to go first, but for going second, you have an option here, right?
Yep, because I can either just not commit so much to the board and just, and nice. That ripped it twice on everyone. I just do 2 infinite permanents because, I mean, with all the combo-based decks, they just keep if you hit one of their monsters, then they're just going to link or do something else. And I feel like, to me, it's just a waste. You just got to use it, like, on the right monster, like the XCs, the links, any extra deck monster. But I learned my lesson in a regional where I flipped it on, I used it on, I believe it was a quick fix because I was out of it, and they just still went off, and I'm not a big fan of that card. I only do double judgment because I don't like to pay. Like, it's just, I've lost duels where I've drawn 2 or 3, and I had to keep constantly, even though waiting. And especially with Orcus, when they work off the graveyard, it's a waste. For me, I believe it's a waste. The next one, Strike, I love it. I never saw it. Didn't do much for me this week. Imperial Order, didn't see it. It's good against Orcus when they activate their Orcus and some the spirals, but I didn't see it. For my extra deck, I did 2 Miss Starboys because if I get the opportunity, I will try the OTK with the double Miss Starboy and the Toad, and obviously triple Toad. Also, I got to use it. You got to use it right at the right time because sometimes I've shotgunned and it ended up costing me a lot. One Opabina and Macleus, I hardly go into them unless the situation comes. So it's like, for me, it's very situational. Cat Shark, I still run this because like the Raid Raptor, and in case that happens, and some monsters that are just way too strong, this is what I personally use. I go Bortle Sword because his effect can't be responded to, and it's just too strong. One Nightmare Unicorn. I hardly go into this. I know it just, for me, it's situational, and so I do the Nightmare. The Nightmare to me also situational, like there can only be one and stuff like that, but none of it was flipped on me. Security. It's another compulse to me, bounce, and I can do my combo with Bortle Sword this, and then I'll go for the Toad on the side to like just lock it down. There's the Claruska. This is what lost me the game because I drew the knowledge and I couldn't go to it because I went first, and there's no main phase 2, and lost me because of the knowledge. Avermax, that's what won me. This is what won me the game against the Orcus, and it's just, if you summon it, it's just not a lot of people can respond to it, and it's the scoop. And my other personal, I chose this because if it comes down to it, it's a 3. I do have to commit. I can commit a Paleo, a Toad, or something else, and its effects are really good. Getting the 15, the banish, or the double attack. So.
That's really spicy.
That's,
Quickly show us your side deck?
Yeah, my side deck was 3 Inspector because if you go first, it just locks the game down.
Yeah.
2 Droll because for obvious stop the spiral matchup, which is 2 DD Crow, the Orcus or Spiral, just got to time it right. 2 anti-spells, Pendulums or whatever. Heavy Storms for heavy row decks like Altergeist.
Yeah.
Another barrier statue in case I go first. They decide Trap Trick out and some other stuff to just lock the game down for me, or commit them to go to main phase, commit them to try to kill it right away, and they have to go to main phase 2 and they can't just keep committing more damage. The Pinkertops. for the removal and the special summon. The third evenly, and not least the judgment, even though I don't like to commit to it right away in the main deck.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, you're getting copies of those 2 traps.
Yep.
Nice. Any shout outs you want to give?
I want to give a shout out to my friend Pro Stetson, who let me borrow the Black Luster Soldier of Chaos and some other cards that I'm not running in this deck, and my friend Sam, who also lended me some more cards